a day for 50 cents.
And what kind of things would you see at Steel Pier?
3 first-class movies, 3 minstrel show, vaudeville show, and then also dancing. And Frank Sinatra was there one time.
So you saw Frank Sinatra there?
Right. I mean, this is all for 50 cents.
Wow. Wow. Can't see much for 50 cents these days.
No, I don't think so. You can see nothing for 50 cents.
Wow. So where'd you meet Dad?
Dad was a blind date. My brother Carol set me up. They both rode for the Penn AC crew. And that's how I started going out with your father.
Wow. Where is the blind date?
I think there must have been something at the Penn AC.
Okay.
So it's probably a blind date for your father, not for me. You know what I mean? He needed the date.
Okay. Now I heard a story that on your honeymoon that Dad was on a game show.
He certainly was.
What was the game show?
I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I
Don't
had
look
my
there.
hand up.
Don't look there. That's okay.
Yeah, but I have my arm up. Frank, I have no idea, and we can't ask him.
So where'd you go for your honeymoon?
New York.
New York.
Yeah, we stayed at a lovely hotel, and at this game show, because I worked at CAU, we had tickets for all sorts of shows when we were over there.
Okay.
And at this game show, it was just typical.
It was like a real game show on TV?
Oh, yeah. He was up there, and it was like typical ones. You had to be sort of fast, and that was because Dad would know the answers, but he wasn't fast enough. You know?
Okay.
It was just like they have now. He had to ring a buzzer.
Oh, man.
And
so now you worked at WCAU. What was your first job?
I was, I don't think it had a title. I was clear. Oh, I know. I had to clear music. You had to be sure the 2 stations weren't playing the same music.
Okay. It was a radio station, WCAU?
Radio station. And the first television show I ever saw, they televised in the auditorium of CAU. So everybody at work there was out of the office all down, looking through the windows to watch the television show. And that's where Frank Sinatra was for that television show.
So you saw Frank Sinatra for one of his first TV appearances?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what he sang?
Can't remember him singing. I guess he did though.
So what's your favorite memory of Dad?
I guess Mother was in the hospital having you when Daddy was taking care of us. So he curled Dorothy and I think you have pictures of us. He used a curling iron to curl our hair. So we looked real nice when you and Mother came home. And it was a disaster. The hair stuck to the iron.
Wow. Wow. So what about, what was it like raising 7 kids?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. It was wonderful. The thing of raising 7 kids is you're so busy because you have to do this and that. You know you have to do it, but you don't even give it a thought. Then when you live on a 2nd floor and have to get these 7 kids upstairs so they wouldn't hear downstairs in the funeral parlor, and that takes, you have to be clever to do that.
So, can you tell some stories about me or Dee or Jimmy or Lynn or any stories that you think about with the different kids?
Jim and Drew, when they were, I kept changing rooms up in the 3rd floor, but when they slept in the room right ahead of the stairs, it used to be the dining room. We had a viewing, and Jim was in the top bunk, and he kicked off his bedroom slippers so hard they went all the way down the 1st floor. And then the other thing is, I was on the phone in the back bedroom, and this man came up, and I looked up, and he said to me, "There's a leak in the parlor." And I said, where's Mr. McGillin? He said, I don't know, we can't find him. And Frank, you were only a young kid, and you went right into the kitchen, reached down, and turned off the water, which I never would. It was a brilliant move. I would never have thought of that, but you did. Saved us from disaster. And another time, Dad took you kids all down to see the parade.
Okay.
And it was so great. It was like a day off for me when our dishwasher overflowed. And all by the time Dad got home, everything, the water was running out of. You weren't there to turn it off for us.
How about the girls? Any stories about the girls?
No, they were just so sweet and dear.
Even Dee?
Dee Dee was just, let me think, there must be some stories, but, I know I must have some. But, there were really no problem. No. What's that banging?
Someone's dragging chairs upstairs. So, what's been the biggest influence in your life?
You won't believe this. I think having you children have influenced me a lot. Because you're all of a sudden responsible for all these. Half the responsibility is yours for these children. So that, I don't know, I think your thoughts change. Have you noticed when you had children?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I
wouldn't have wanted the 20-year-old Frank raising my kids.
You wouldn't want?
I wouldn't want the 20-year-old Frank raising my kids.
No, I wouldn't either. I would have moved in. No, that would have been too much.
How's your life been different than you imagined?
Well, I don't know. I don't even think I imagined what my life would be like. I wasn't very creative. I just took whatever came.
So things are a lot different, though. Like, there was no TV, no internet.
I remember when Carol was 5 years old, we got our first TV. It was quite a thrill. I remember one of my friends, she discovered there's movies on television, so she'd take a nap every afternoon, so she'd be up to watch these late shows. Yeah, television was quite a thrill.
So what was the happiest moment of your life?
Oh. Several. When I got married, was very happy. When I had all you 7 children, that's 8 times. And they're my happiest.
What was the saddest day of your life?
I think when my mother died was very sad.
So, one thing I learned from you, Mom, was that, well, first off, you were always, there for all of us kids, and you never let anything get, no matter what happened, you were always kind of calm and had your act together.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of blessed with that,
Yeah.
So, that is true, yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, Mom.
Well, you're welcome, sir.
Maybe dear.
Liz? Anybody want to add?
If you guys want to ask any questions, the camera's rolling.
If you want to learn something you never... Is there something you want to know about me you never knew?
And just try to keep your hand down, Mom.
That's all you're going to see in that picture is my hand. The whole time I'm talking, I have the hand going down.
I missed the beginning of this about your childhood. I always wondered about your father because I never met him. I only knew my grandfather on Dad's side. So, what was he like when you were growing up?
Well, actually, he had one problem. He drank.
Okay. And did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But and so he lost. Like he was in business, but his father had the depot